So it's important to collect and create a record of all of your evidence to the extent possible before we file the application. Marriage-based green card processing times right now can be so fast that you might not even have time to get enough evidence to win your case. So it's really important to have your case prepared before you submit your adjustment of status application. Historically, I would tell people who are doing like a marriage-based green card application, which is what I focus my practice on, what I would say is, we have enough evidence to file this application. Your interview is going to be in like a year. You need more evidence by the time of the interview. So just begin gathering these things, and then once your immigrant spouse gets their social security card with their work permit, you'll be able to open more evidence like bank accounts, your credit cards, or health insurance, and it's just going to help generate more evidence that you can then bring with you to your eventual green card interview. Processing times are really fast now. I've seen people get their interviews in less than 3 months and get their cases approved in less than 3 months for marriage-based green cards. I saw someone in New York who 30 days after filing their adjustment of status, and then within a week of that, they got their adjustment of status interview notice saying that the interview was like 5 weeks in the future. So start to finish, in that case, could easily be under 3 months, which means you're not gonna have much time to create that much more evidence, and you're probably not gonna have like a social security number to help you guys open new bank accounts. So it's important to collect and create a record of all of your evidence to the extent possible before we file the application. This is a major change. This is actually the first time in my practice that I've had to deal with such fast processing times where people are being interviewed. Under the Biden administration, I had some cases that got approved as fast as 3 or 4 months, but those got approved without interviews. Now, under Trump, cases are getting approved just as fast in some situations, but they have interviews, and the interviews are pretty detailed, and you are expected to bring a ton of evidence, and they are doing more in-depth investigations. They're checking people's social media posting for things that are like anti-American, which could also mean anti-Trump, anti-Israel. They're looking for stuff like that in people's social media postings. They're also asking more questions during the interviews. But aside from that, these interviews are still not that complicated. The majority of green card applicants through marriage are still getting approved. So if you have a strong case, which, the majority of my clients have super strong cases because they're real marriages. We only represent people who are in real marriages. So it's actually great news for us, because I'm able to get people their green cards much faster than they would otherwise get. But the downside is that if your application gets denied, you'll be placed into removal proceedings, which is gonna be a really expensive process and a huge headache. If you need assistance with a family-based green card case, you could always schedule a consultation directly with me. I'd be happy to advise you, provide some guidance, and if you need assistance, I can handle your whole case from start to finish so that you don't need to worry about all the craziness that's happening right now in Trump's immigration world. If you're new to my channel and you just want to stay up to date on what's happening on the ground from an immigration lawyer's perspective, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I put out several videos on these topics each week, trying to keep you guys informed of what's going on, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.